it to me, baby.
Give it to me, baby.
Just give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
Give it to me, baby.
I bet you. I make you holler, you had enough.
Give it to me.
Welcome to the 2024 Spawnies, brought to you by Spawn on Me and Elgato. Your MC Frisk here, coming to you live from the Kinda Funnies, the spare bedroom. Here are your hosts, Kahlief Adams and Riana Manuel-Peña.
Welcome to the Spawnies! We are back. It is year 3 of our show. Again, we are rocking here at the spare bedroom over at Kinda Funny Studios. Hanging with me, Kahlief Adams. I'm your host, alongside the best in the business, Riana Manuel-Peña. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for that lovely intro. I do my best.
Do your best. You do better than the best. What's she talking about?
Aw.
You're doing the best.
Stop.
So I'm excited. We get a chance to do our show again this year. A lot of folks have been clamoring for it. A lot of folks have been asking for it. A lot of folks have been in the mix. If you are new to the Spawnies, welcome in. Excited to have you here with us. You know, we're broadcasting live on Twitch and on IGN, so you're getting the full flavor of this show. But if you're not familiar, this show is about underrepresented devs in the video game industry. A lot of times those folks don't get the kudos that they deserve, and we wanted to do something special, and we've been doing that for the past couple of years of giving all of those folks an amazing space to be able to do a lot of that work. It has been a really difficult year. It has been extremely hard for so many folks within the industry, and we see you. We know that you are out there. We know that you have had a hard year in terms of layoffs and so many different difficult things within the industry. And we hope that for the next hour or so that you get a chance to, you know, have a lighter space to think about the work that you do and also celebrate some of your peers and the work that they've been able to do as well.
Absolutely. I mean, the best thing we can do right now for each other is like hold each other up and celebrate our wins and increase visibility, right? Like that's the name of the game. That's what you do so well with Spawn on Me and what we're really happy to celebrate here at the Spawnies. So we soldier on.
Yeah, we soldier on. We push forward. I know that all the folks, you know, this show wouldn't be here without you. You know, the video game industry would not be here without you. We want to give you the love and the respect that you deserve. And we hope that for the next hour, you get a chance to hang out with us while we have some fun in the mix of all the madness. So we thank you for being here and rocking with us. So massive love to all of you at home and to our wonderful friends over at Grab Labs as well, who have continued to help make this our show with all of our fan voting coming directly from the audience. So we've gotten all of our nominees, all of our winners are going to be voted on from the fans and from the community. And they did the thing this year, I think, in a big way.
They did, and in record-breaking numbers this year. So, like, again, shout out to Grab Labs. Y'all are the best. And shout out to everybody who voted. I hope your picks are in there. I hope you got your votes in early because there were some tight races this time around.
Yeah, indeed. And the winners, some good stuff. Some really great picks for this year, for sure. So, with that being said, I think it's time for me to get into Spawnies 3. Put your hands where my eyes can see. Yay! Don't sue me. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. Are you ready?
Oh, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get it.
In the ever-evolving world of shooters, 2023 has been the gift that keeps on giving. From story titles like Call of Duty to more over-the-top mech titles like Armored Core, the shooter genre continues to innovate. It continues to push boundaries. And that's why these nominees represent the variety and timelessness that defines the shooter genre. These are your nominees for 2023 Shooter of the Year, or as we like to call, the 6 Million Ways to Die Award.
6 million. Choose 6 million ways to die. Choose one.
The nominees are locked and loaded. It's the 6 Million Ways to Die Award. El Paso Elsewhere. Remnant 2. Cyberpunk 2077. Vertigo 2.
And the winner for the 6 Million Ways to Die award is Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. I said that from my chest.
Hello, Spawnies. I'm Yulia, gameplay designer at CD Projekt Red. First, Thank you to everyone who voted for us in the Best Shooter category, aka 6 million ways to die. There are in fact a lot of ways to die in the game, or to make your enemies die, with nat running, melee, ranged and more. Not to mention, our incredible community also surprised us by discovering a ton of other creative ways. To see the shooter side honored really makes me feel like our game and our massive update 2.0 did something right. We had a lot of teams working together to craft combat, create and balance enemies, smart guns, tech guns, power guns, also everyone can find the playstyle that works. I'm honored to represent all of us who put so much time into making something fun and immersive. With the original Cyberpunk 2077, our expansion Phantom Liberty, and the Ultimate Edition, we put a lot of love and energy into this world. So, from everyone at CD Projekt Red, thank you for voting for our game in the Best Shooter category.
I call it the Idris DLC.
I mean, look, I think when I think of that DLC, that's the first thing I think of is Idris.
Of course.
He's such a beautiful man. Idris,
We love you.
we love you. Mwah. You are always moisturized, always look good. My wife is thirsty for you. I'm not going to say a lot more than that, but it is what it is. And again, the fans voting in Cyberpunk 2077, I think it's really interesting for a couple different reasons for our shooter awards for the best shooter of the year, because that game has gone through a lot.
It has.
In the past couple of years. And I think one of the biggest pieces of the game that has changed and has gotten better has been the shooting. It's been the gunplay. The gunplay has felt a lot better. How has your time been with the game?
My time has been very limited with the game. It came out at a time when I was very busy. But I think it's wonderful to see a game that is not brand new in this category and also as the winner. It's really important that we don't forget about games after they've come out. And we have a category, of course, for ongoing game as well. But it's just so crucial that we continue to support devs who are continuing to work on the games that are worthy of our time, right? And clearly there's so much love poured into Cyberpunk, and they really turned around a difficult launch. And kudos to that team for sticking it out and giving us continuous content, because it could have gone a different way. And obviously, a lot of people are happy that it didn't.
Yeah, I wish we had a comeback kid award.
Yeah.
That would be in that space to say, like, what game had, maybe had a little bit of a rough start, but then really kind of came to the forefront. And I think this getting voted on and this winning this award really does speak to the wonderful work that the folks at CD Projekt Red are doing. So thank you, all of you at home on the team who have done that work. And thank you again for sending in some great information about what this game has been over the past couple of years and continue to build on it and making it super cool. So I'm excited that this is won the first award in Spawnies 3.
Yeah, good start.
And now we just got to make sure that we get Idris to
Idris
present next year.
Wait, can I get the Idris next year? Just, you can sit right here next to me. Danny doesn't need to know about it. I'll leave him at home.
That's some get your ass in trouble DLC. I ain't trying, but I appreciate it and I love it. It's reasonable. I ain't mad because I'm like, yo, it'll just come through. Anyway, massive shout out to Cyberpunk 2077 for winning our 6 Million Ways to Die award for Best Shooter of 2023. And I guess it's time to hit our next award.
It's time.
Soundtracks and scores from this year's games have driven narrative beats, put players on notice of upcoming wins, and have laid the foundation for moments tied to memories of sadness, triumph, and everything in between. We hope these nominees made your head nod, or at least made you two-step into gaming glory. Here are our nominees for Best Soundtrack or In-Game Music, or what we like to call the Turnip Award.
Okay, thank you. That was rad. We're gonna welcome our next contestant.
These are the melodies that turn your pixels into poetry. The Turn Up Award. Final Fantasy 16. Hi-Fi Rush. Super Space Club. Octopath Traveler 2.
And the winner for the Turn Me Up Award is Hi-Fi Rush.
皆さんこんにちは。ハイファイラッシュのオーディオディレクターの周一小堀です。この度はスポニーズにてベストミュージックに選んでいただき、本当にありがとうございます。 ハイファイラッシュはゲームデザインと音楽が密接に融合したこれまでにないリズムアクションゲームです。音楽制作においてもたくさんのチャレンジがありましたが、このように評価していただき、チーム一同大変喜んでいます。もしまだプレイされたことのない方がいらっしゃいましたら、ぜひ遊んでみていただけると嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
Shout out to the folks from Hi-Fi Rush for getting it in Tango and Bethesda making it happen.
Oh, yeah.
Getting it together and bringing us one of the most awesome games of the year. How was your time with Hi-Fi Rush?
Oh my gosh, I had a blast with Hi-Fi Rush. And I gotta say, when I first started the game and we're going through the tutorial or the opening scene or both, I guess, and that song comes on and you see Chai just snap into the beat, I was like, ooh, this is kind of groovy. And he always stays in the pocket. And I am trash at fighting games or anything where I have to memorize combos. This is one of the few games where I actually stuck it out and like dug deep and really figured out how to flow with the game and all of the different moves, because it honestly, it just felt so good to keep playing it. And that says a lot for me, because that's a tough one to play.
Yeah, games like this are always my jam. As a person who loves music and loves games where you get to use music, I was a big Amplitude fan back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And again, Rock Band was a big part of that thing. Shout out to Drop Mix. I miss you. I love you. And getting to see that kind of mechanic then go into a game like this is really awesome, because then you get a chance to mash up all of those things you love. You get a brawler, you get a rhythm game, and, alongside that, I think one of the coolest parts of this was it feels like it was just in the DNA of everything that was a part of that game. And it felt like every decision that you made, of course, because it was a major game mechanic, felt like the teams really thought that through. In even the small like animations that you talked about, the idle animations of like them, snapping to the beat and doing all that kind of cool stuff. So like really cool to see Hi-Fi Rush, a game that is new.
Yes.
A game that was kind of a surprise, shadow dropped, really come through, and a lot of folks at home really dug it. So excited to see that they have won our Turn Up Award for Best Music of 2023. Shout out to those folks. And again, thank you everybody at home for voting for something new. I think that's part of the thing too, is like folks get a little bit, in their own pocket.
Sure,
and sometimes they're like, no. But it's good to be able to see the folks are trying new stuff too.
Absolutely.
In the mix, yeah. All right, we're going to go to our next category right about now.
Hello, everyone. Big Cheese here, and thank you very much for watching and supporting this event. This year, we've seen games that have opened our eyes, pulled on emotional threads, and have pulled us in with their fantastic writing. Everything from tracking down killers from the Mind Place to summoning alternative versions of a former life through radio signals. When I tell you 2023 has stories for everyone, they had stories for everyone. These are the nominees for the Best Narrative Game of 2023, or what we like to call the Snot Bubble Cry Award.
Snot Bubble Cry Award. Is someone cutting onions? Venba. Final Fantasy 16. Planet of Lana. Like a Dragon 8.
And the winner of the Snot Bubble Cry Award is Venba.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. Venba winning the Snot Bubble Cry for most emotional game is so fitting, because most of our reviews are essentially like, this game is great, but it made me cry. Venba was an emotional game for us to make, and I think it's very validating for us to see that it's connected with so many people across the world. My favorite director, veterinarian, would say, the more local you are, the more international you become. And this story about a mom and her relationship to her son is told through food is a very, very local story. And the fact that it's resonating with so many people means it's international also. Thank you so much, Spawnies. We are really happy that Venba connected with you all too. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I thought this game was so charming and very emotionally resonant. And obviously I'm in an emotional state very often these days, but it was just such an interesting twist on a cooking game, right? It almost felt like a puzzler, which is right up my alley. But Ka, I'm interested to hear what you thought of Venba.
I cheated a little bit because I got a chance to meet some of the team earlier in the year before the game came out. We did a really nice interview with the art director on the team. And I just fell in love with that squad. They're so sweet. They're so kind. And to see this story, this immigrant story, come to multiple platforms, be really well received by so many different folks, and in hearing so many of the personal stories that people would share about their own immigrant story and their own travels to wherever it may be in the world, and finding that camaraderie and that home and that feel like this story was talking to them, was the thing that we hope games can do.
Yeah.
Right? So it was beautiful to see Venba win. I'm not gonna talk about the cooking part, because anytime I talk about cooking, people get at me about my prowess on the sticks. So I ain't gonna talk about that. But I learned some good stuff. I learned how to make a couple things, which is dope.
Yeah, we love learning new skills and, working through our feelings.
Eating through our feelings. That's a whole other game. This is one of those games that when I think about it as well, I'm like, and we've seen this kind of happen of late, is like games are getting cookbooks.
Oh, yeah.
This game needs a cookbook.
This game needs a cookbook. Chef Andy, where you at?
Chef Andy, where you be? Where you at?
Let's get on it.
Where you at? Word.
All right. Well, while he writes that treatment, let's get ready for the next category.
Indie games are ever evolving, and like the definition of the genre, they can be a multitude of things. From small studios to large teams, bootstrap budgets to multi-million-dollar publishers. The indie space has been absolutely killing it this year, with everything from games inspired by Max Payne to titles that make us tilt at windmills to think about how we treat the environment. Here are our nominees for Best Indie Game of the Year, or what we like to call our Indie-pocalypse Award.
These games are proof that big ideas can come from the smallest of teams. The Indie-pocalypse Award. Sea of Stars. Venba. Cocoon. Planet of Lana.
And the winner of our Indie-pocalypse Award is Sea of Stars.
Hey.
Okay, so Sea of Stars is really interesting in a lot of different ways, because this is from the folks over at Sabotage, who made The Messenger. One of my favorite games, actually, because I was a big Ninja Gaiden fan.
Okay.
So that, an interesting change of pace for them in terms of game style. We have this really dope RPG, top-down, beautiful art style. I know that this is a game that we didn't get a chance to play a ton of, but I did see this like really catch fire with not only our audience, with Barrett from Kind of Funny, who's a big fan of the game. What's some of the pieces of stuff that you've seen around Sea of Stars?
Yeah, I think it's really great that Sea of Stars is a shining moment. Not to steal the spotlight from later, but in this year, because it has been so packed, and there have been huge games coming out in 2023, and honestly, around October, it felt like we couldn't breathe without having a new game release. So it's just wonderful to see this one rise to the top, and for a smaller team, right, Sabotage, to be successful and to really gain traction with the audience and find its people, because even just in the smaller category of RPGs, this year has been absolutely stacked. So congrats to the studio. Sea of Stars seems like a wonderful time, and I'm just glad that they found their audience.
Yeah, and happy that, again, like, our fans voted for this game, right? Like, games like this often get kind of lost in the shuffle. They wind up kind of being in the space and then not necessarily getting a lot of the, spotlight that they deserve. And it was cool to, again, see a game that looks like this and feels like this, with some great music, great writing. The writing in this game was really fantastic. So, like, getting all those pieces together and then Sea of Stars getting to win, that's really awesome. I love seeing stories like this happen within the Spawnies and folks really digging it and giving it some love. So that's dope. Sea of Stars wins our Indie-pocalypse Award for Spawnies 2023, moving into 2024. So shout out to the team over Sabotage for taking home a Spawnie this year. Massive love to them.
Spawnies fam, it's now time for the moment you've been waiting for. It's time for our music break. Welcome to the stage, Hat Jr.
I knew. I thought 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 I knew. Yeah. I thought I knew. I thought I knew. I thought I knew. I thought I knew.
I'll admit, I never thought I'd turn my life through rapping. If I'm honest, it just kinda happened. My mama taught me practice. My pen ain't touched by many like sick patients, but I wish I had more patience before snapping. I'll admit, I'm the strong friend that you should check on. The one stretching out his neck for others dead long. Light and toughen out my skin to Teflon, but that don't make me just some welcome mat that you could step on. I'll admit, I really fucking hate people sometimes. And I remember I'm a person, the flawed kind. But show me how to love those who don't forgive, chiefly when I need it empty-handed on the receiving end. I'll admit, don't need your validation, I need affirmation. Can you relate to my expression via plastic statements? Will you ever try to verbalize your understanding? That'll keep me off my crazy island, trying stranded. I'll admit, anxiety kicks in when I'm overwhelmed. Consistently doing for others, hardly myself. I'm filled partly with wealth and still wrapped in my shell. Got this pyramid scheme, ain't helping nobody else. I'll admit, I'm a glutton for punishment, cause I'm numb to it. Piling work on the pain, success patching my bruises. Eating uppercuts, I'm like, cause I stomach the losing. Hitting in between the round, square but pivot, so I'll admit, I'm not moving for nothing. I need a fender for something. Russia will cripple the gun and keep on dumbing down a new down path of me bleeding, facing my demons. Releases weight that I'm heaving, this dated past that I'm keeping. I'll admit, I'm afraid of losing friends over stupid shit. I'll admit, I get angry when I call out the stupid shit. I'll admit, I need help. I'll admit, I'm not perfect. I'll admit, just me sharing all this is making me nervous. I'll admit. Yeah. My name is Pat Jr. Just to start off, I think we here now. We in this now. I first want to thank Kahlief Adams at Spawn on Me just for inviting me, for inviting us really to perform here on the Spawnies this year. Thank you so much to Kahlief and the team. I am, like I said, my name is Pat Jr. I am an alternative artist, producer, a creative director. I do a few creative things, but I'm a part of a collective called Gold Fang Society, and we are here to share some music with you tonight, share a little bit from the heart, just from what we created, what we've created. I'm also a gamer, JP's a gamer too, you know what I'm saying? We game a little bit. I'm into Halo, I'm playing Halo Infinite right now. Call of Duty as well. I'm about to start my journey in Ghost of Tsushima. I'm excited about that. But yeah, we gonna get into the tunes, man, and we hope you enjoy it. Let's get it. Everything that glitters ain't gold is what we're told. Niggas' souls still get traded for cold, like it's in their DNA just to give up their code. There's a scissor to their hole, think they're still in control.
You really thought?
To each their own, I suppose. Or that foe take a toll just to get up the road. I thought pavement was mold so we could shape where to go. Guess your circles doing donuts for the looks and the O's. Oh, it's in my posture just to man up. My manners get the manners. Some tangents but had them answers pretty standard. I opened up my planner to the heavens commander and took his seat at the table in my stretchers like stand-up.
That was pretty funny.
I capture every moment when surrendered all. Tender claws and shackled to the feeling like a prison song. Uncomfortable and greatness needs the same applause. Aqua goes to awesome and the process all begins with all.
Message.
Say what? Yeah.
Message.
Say what? Yeah.
Message.
I'm switching the narrative. The story is stupid and so it's imperative. The lead with a better wit and service not standing at least to imperative. I'm needed in every sense. The change and continue. The game's been ready in a negative or a bloody lip on the bully part again. His too many nigga hoes. What about faithfulness or loyalty? It's friendship, no. Maybe I'm getting old, and it's on my gang. Only time we bang is when we pick a phones. When a homie wildin', hello, nigga, you trippin' now. I'm looking for essence, you looking for instance. Like there is a difference. For instance, a change of resistance is missing. Do you listen, or you just waiting to fit in? To show off your wisdom and giftings. It's like taking the mic just to pip in. Ridiculous. People just talk for the benefit. I listen to homies who give a shit. Even the gyms are the rigorous. With double invite, I've witnessed it. Lot of layers to my goals. Gotta let them know it's levels to the soul. Replicator when I know. Digging daily for the pierce of my goal. 24 goals. 24 gold. 24 goals. 24 gold. Know my standards pretty high in demand, but I ain't for everybody, so I don't give a damn. 24 goals, 24 gold, 24 goals, 24 gold. Know my standards pretty high in demand, but I ain't for everybody, so I don't give a damn. 24 goals, 24 gold, 24 goals, 24 gold. Know my standards pretty high in demand, but I ain't for everybody, so I don't give a damn. 24 goals, 24 gold, 24 goals, 24 gold. Know my standards pretty high in demand, but I ain't for everybody, so I don't give a damn.
That's it for us right now. We're going to pass it back to Kahlief and Riana. We'll be back.
Yo, shout out to Pat Jr., Grammy-nominated Pat Jr. for being our music guest for the Spawnies. That was one of the dopest performances I've seen, and so far on the Spawnies that we got a chance to see. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Oh my gosh, the vibes are immaculate. But more than anything, I really love like Pat sharing his story, to have a vulnerable moment within such a dope track, and to make it into something that I'm grooving to as I'm sitting here. Like, kudos. I just really love integrating music into the show because it is such a huge part of the culture and part of why we love media. And when you can pair great music with great celebration of games, you can't get any better than that.
I got a chance to follow Pat on Instagram. That's how I found his work. And he and the rest of the Gold Fang crew are just brilliant. It was instant vibes when we got a chance to talk about doing the show and being a part of this. And as you've seen from the performance, it just mashed up so perfectly. And shout out to he and his team for pulling in those dope visuals that look so good. So if you're giving Pat some love in the chat, give him some more. Go check out his work. We'll be having some of those conversations for a little bit later. But yeah, Pat was fantastic. Shout out to him.
All right, let's get back to the show.
Holding on to your community has been a difficult task in this era of games. Being able to stick and resonate with players so that they keep coming back is a feat worthy of praise because it not only makes the case for why these nominees have stood the test of time, but also showcases how those games' fandom continues to grow. Here are the nominees for Best Ongoing Game, or what we like to call our On the Road Again award.
Buckle up, because these games are in it for the long haul. The On the Road Again Award. Halo Infinite. Final Fantasy XIV. Fortnite. Destiny 2.
And the winner of On the Road Again Best Ongoing Game is Fortnite. Okay, so okay, here's the thing, Kyle.
Yeah.
Love it or hate it, Fortnite is gas, right? Like it's just gonna be popular. They got all of the musical integrations. We got Eminem looking like Godzilla, spitting bars. Like why do people insist on hating? I don't understand. Fortnite, you deserve it. Well done. Good win. But this was actually a pretty close category. I know you are particularly fond of the runner-up.
I mean, well, Halo Infinite came in second place on this one, winner of a Spawnie in last year's show. And it's really kind of interesting to kind of look at the way that this got voted on and to think about the landscape of these two games, right?
Very different.
Halo Infinite, again, making its comeback and being something that we continue to play and go back to because of the amazing work that they've done to pull that game back and pull in some really interesting cosmetics, game modes, all of the stuff that's working there. But even thinking about Fortnite, and I have to blame y'all, you and Danny, for bringing me back into the Fortnite space. Because one, I'm seeing Danny playing and watching his streams and going and lurking in there, and then we'll jump on at some point during the night. And y'all are the best team to play with because it's like pushing and running and where you supposed to be going. I don't know where you at. It's all these parts that are pulling that together, and I feel like that chaos is what Fortnite really captures in a really great way. It does bring people back into a space where they can feel competent in the game that they've built, and they keep putting in all of these interesting activations and modes and Eminem being Godzilla-like and all this other wild stuff. They really have captured culture in a really cool way that we haven't seen happen in a lot of different ways. And it doesn't feel like, it's perfect for this category because it doesn't feel like anytime soon this is going to stop.
Oh, no. I mean, if anything, they've been pressing go extra hard. Like we've seen like Lego integration now, and you can go build your little world and fight tiny little monsters that look like Legos, which is so fun. And they have racing game now. They've added a music game. Like shout out to the old Harmonix team,
right? Like
doing amazing stuff with that. Like it's just. It's so clear that you can now just have a third place in Fortnite, and it's really effective. Like it's a lot of fun to hang out in that game, and I think this is very well deserved. So shout out to y'all.
Feels like Tim Sweeney's want for the metaverse to be real is real in some ways, right? Like he's been really pushing that for a couple of years, and now has the foundation for what that is. So it's really cool to see Fortnite be our on the road again winner for this year. So massive shout out to the folks over at Epic for that.
Wonderful.
Cool. Time for our next category. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It is rare to see the Mount Rushmore of fighting games all come out in one year. The biggest names of the fighting game genre all had entrance in this year's fight, and no one left the virtual streets without some bumps and bruises along the way. Giving players a great foundation to all levels of challenges, here are our nominees for this year's Best Fighting Game of 2023, or what we like to call Be Water My Friend Award.
Who will emerge victorious? The Be Water My Friend Award. Street Fighter 6. Mortal Kombat 1. Nickelodeon Brawl Stars 2. Pocket Bravery.
And the winner for our Be Water My Friend Award, Best Fighting Game of the Year, goes to Street Fighter 6. Oh, I just made weird noises come out of my body because I'm so excited for what this game is.
The fighting game coming out of you.
That was me getting punched in the belly from the fighting game world. It was a funny thing about this category was usually games in these categories are pretty close in terms of their votes. This one was a blowout in terms of the votes that we got from the fans at home. Second runner-up, I should say, was Mortal Kombat 1, and it got blown out of the water in terms of votes this year. Street Fighter 6.
Not even half as many votes.
And it's an interesting commentary again of like where games are at this point. Like MK1 is my favorite fighting game right now. It's still my baby. But it has been having a couple of issues in terms of the way that the game has been kind of moving. And Street Fighter 6, having come out first, laid down the foundation for what has become one of the best fighting game years that we've seen in a very long time. So that has been a huge deal for them. I think them leaning into pedigree has also been a big part of this conversation for sure. But I think at the foundation, they have rebuilt Street Fighter 6 in the biggest ways that we possibly could have seen. I know you're not big on the fighting game scene, but have you been seeing folks in your circles play, or folks we know Blessing has been playing a ton.
Oh yeah,
in the game space.
Absolutely. I've heard Blessing's thoughts on it, and I think it's just really interesting that there's this additional layer in Street Fighter 6 where you have this, world where you make a goofy ass character and you're running around an arcade and like just again another Second Life experience that's kind of like laid on top of very competent fighting game. And I just love seeing so much creativity from teams who have been with an IP or been with a genre of games for so long, trying new things, right? We've seen this trend a lot this year, and I just really applaud devs that go for it. So congrats to the team. This is a really good win. I know there may be some people who disagree, but that's what the fighting game is for, 1v1 them.
Yo, come see me, son. Come see me out in them streets. I really did wish that the outer world stuff that they did, like you could roll up on somebody and be like, yo, let me get them sneakers. What size you wear? You run your jacket.
It's too real.
It's too real. But shout out to the folks over at Capcom for Street Fighter 6 and them winning our Be Water My Friend award for this year's Spawnies. Excited for them. It's time to get into our next award. Let's get it.
From Steph Curry to Simone Biles, the sports world continue to inspire us to think bigger, to showcase athleticism, and to just how close the culture crossover is getting. We have had new entries into the genre, and some of the classics battled out in 2023. So let's see who's going to take home the ring tonight. Here are our nominees for Best Sports Game of 2023, or what we call it, our One Shining Moment Award.
Get your game faces ready. It's the One Shining Moment Award. MLB The Show 2023. WWE 2K23. Super Mega Baseball 4. Football Manager 2023.
And the winner of the One Shining Moment Best Sports Game Award goes to MLB The Show. So I am not a sports game connoisseur, but I know you spend a lot of time with them. I want to hear your thoughts on this one.
Baseball is my favorite sport. I like the way they go up and down the court. That's not baseball. Basketball is different. But formerly the Willis Reed Your Big Dummy Award, which has now been changed to the One Shining Moment Award. I'm really excited for the folks over at the show because they continue to really be the standard for a lot of sports games in not only in their genre but across the entire sports genre. I feel like they have continued to add not only really fantastic layers of gameplay, one of the most realistic baseball games on the planet. They just had a really good year in terms of adding content around the Negro League, which is really, really dope.
I did see that.
That's something that you don't get a chance to see. Again, if you're a historian and you love baseball and you love black people, then you get a chance to see, the history of where the MLB has gone and where it's finally kind of landed. And this is a game that I get every year. Like, it is a game that I will play every year, even though my team, shout out to the Mets, don't do well half the time. And everybody gets mad at me because I'm from the Bronx. And they're like, why don't you like the Yankees? I was like, because the Yankees suck.
Oh.
Where's the one? The Yankees suck.
Wow.
That's what I'm going to say out loud. I'm going to say it to that camera right there. But MLB The Show continues to be a brilliant game. I'm looking forward to next year's game. They keep adding dope stuff to it. They keep adding new players. I'm hearing very soon that they're going to be sharing their, whatever their next kind of cover athlete is going to be, and that's always a big
moment,
a big conversation, and a big moment in the video game space.
Some could say it's a shining moment.
Oh snap! Best in the business right there. Yeah, so I'm excited. A massive love to that team. I'm dying to finally have another model of me in a game because I always make me in a game. He's like kind of short. Big ass, big legs.
You're not short.
I feel short in video games. I feel short, like because everybody is kind of 6 foot tall, and I actually put my actual measurements into a game.
Sure,
I will put my 5'10" 11" 6 foot ish.
That was a wide range.
I lie a lot, but getting a chance to have that in the game is always really fun to be able to kind of live your baseball dreams out. So. Massive love to the folks over at the show for bringing it and bringing it every year. Bringing the heat, as they say in the baseball world. So our next category, are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
You know, whether it be a trip across the vast lands of Hyrule or you just wanted to take a look at all the quirky things Night City had to offer, I think it's safe to assume that 2023 took us all on an alternate path that we didn't want to end. Each experience gave the player something new to dig into and new locales for the player to immerse themselves in. 2023 will go down as a spectacular year for adventure games that I'm sure nobody will forget. And with that being said, here are your nominees for the best adventure game of 2023, or what we're calling the Ease On Down the Road Award.
Ease on down the road award. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Spider-Man 2. Chants of Sennaar. Baldur's Gate 3.
And the winner of our Ease On Down the Road Award, which is our best adventure game, goes to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yay!
Man.
Yay!
I swear, like, I would have felt weird if this game didn't win something this year.
Well, yes, of course, but again, packed year.
Yeah. I mean, what was your time with Legend of Zelda?
Incredible. Okay, so full disclosure, people. I get to go to the one. This is my first Zelda game, so I'm obviously setting myself at a pretty high bar. It has been absolutely phenomenal. I adore this game. It has been so much fun to jump into Hyrule and to like explore this canon that is new to me and get into all of these YouTube videos that explain what the hell is going on. I love the mechanics. I don't love, weapon degradation, but it's so charming and so interesting and unique. And then you add Ultra Hand, and then you add this entire physics engine that is a whole nother game in and of itself. And again, I'm deep into YouTube videos watching people build rocket ships and launching Korrix into space. Like it's just so impressive what Nintendo's been able to put on their hardware in first place. But I just absolutely adore Tears of the Kingdom, and I've had nothing but the best time with it. So I'm very happy for this one because it deserves a lot of praise.
I think the thing I came away with this was I have not finished this game because
it's hard.
One, because it's hard, and two, because I've just spent so much time building in this game. Like I've been trying to figure out every permutation of how do I build my rocket ship? How do I build my boat? How do I build my plane and do all that kind of stuff? I've not really played so much of the game that I'm far behind. Someone help me. I need help getting past some levels because I've been spending so much time building. So it's good to be able to see a game like this continue to, push forward the lineage of the Zelda IP, which has been huge. And also, again, like seeing a twist on this gameplay that we haven't seen before. Like Nintendo continues to innovate in a lot of different ways that I don't think they necessarily get the full amount of credit for. So it's cool to be able to see this game do so well. And so many of our fans love on this game and give it the love that it deserves for Ease On Down the Road Award.
Well met.
Love.
Very good win.
For sure. All right, it's time to get to our next category of the night.
You won't believe the crazy surprises that come your way when you dive into a whole year of gaming packed with absolute bangers from every direction. And let me tell you, among all those epic games, there are some fresh releases that just pop out of nowhere and totally blow your mind. So without further ado, here are our picks for the most surprising game of 2023, or as we like to call it, the Oh Snap Award.
Oh, okay. Oh, snap! Award. Hi-Fi Rush. Cocoon. Lethal Company. Sea of Stars.
And the winner of the Oh Snap Award for most surprising game is Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi, I'm John Johannes, game director over at Tango Gameworks in Japan. And I want to thank the Spawn on Me podcast for allowing Hi-Fi Rush to win the best surprise this year at the Spawnies. For you, it was a surprise. For us, we worked a long time on it, and we knew it was coming. But the way we released it, if it wasn't a surprise, honestly, that means we didn't do a good job. So I'm glad that it did surprise you, and I hope it was a good surprise, not a bad surprise, and I hope that you all enjoyed it. I hope you did. That's why you voted for it, right? But thank you again so much, and thank you to everyone at Spawn on Me Podcast for their support for everything. Thank you.
Double up. They won 2 awards this time. Again, shout out to our folks over at Tango.
And Bethesda for taking a risk on this game. I mean, let's be real.
I mean,
that's very different for them.
I mean, it's not like they didn't have another game that came out this past year, right? Like, oh, you know, just one of the biggest games of the year that we decided to put out. And then also we get a chance to drop a game like Hi-Fi Rush. I mean, we talked a ton about, you know, all of the pieces that came along with the music because they won Best Music earlier. But again, I think this was not only, again, a really cool moment for Tango and for Bethesda to kind of have this shadow drop, but it's also really rare to see games come out like this.
Oh, gosh, yes.
You know?
I mean, I think the most infamous one that I can recall in recent memory before Hi-Fi Rush was Apex Legends.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a very special place in my heart. That's the game that I played while falling in love with my husband. But it's just really cool to see it work, right? Like the excitement for the game was instantaneous, and everybody was talking about it. It is such a bop. It deserves both of the awards that it has won tonight for sure, because it came out of nowhere and it had music stuck in my head all day, every time I played it.
Yeah, I think this will be a kind of like great moment for the rest of the industry too, to say like you can have a game that's a little bit smaller that will find an audience, and you can have these kind of, you know, drop it like it's hot moments when it's ready to go.
Wait, I like that title.
Yeah, no, yeah. We're gonna have the Drop It Like It's Hot award at some point. I'm not making an animation for that one. Y'all don't want to see that. But it'll be really cool to see, like, does this happen more within the industry, right? Where I think we've seen, you know, the space usually where things like this happen is in the indie space, where there's like, you know, a Steam sale will hit or Next Fest will hit, and you'll get this really awesome game that comes out that no one has really heard about. But a game coming from a bigger publisher and a bigger dev, that's awesome too, to see them experiment in these spaces and be able to do that too. So shout out to our friends over at Tango for Hi-Fi Rush getting our Oh Snap most surprising game of the year. Excited for that for sure.
Very, very well-deserved award. And another surprise, we're going to take a break and thank our sponsors.
My name is Jasmine Elon, owner and founder of Black Sunflower, and I want to tell you a little bit about my story. One thing I can honestly say is between Shopify and Operation Hope and their 1MBB program, it helped patch up some things along the way to make my business run a lot more smoother. The way my business just kind of took off, I didn't really have everything in place, but actually getting access to the resources, from finding grants to helping write a business plan, all of those things that I utilize within the 1MBB program really helped set me up for success. As of today, Black Sunflower, we're still a candle company, but I've used the success to actually create a business academy to help other entrepreneurs start, elevate, and grow their businesses.
Shout out to our friends over at Shopify for sponsoring the Spawnies this year. One of the coolest activations that they've done of late has been the 1 Million Black Businesses initiative. It has been super cool to see them partner with Operation Hope. And what they're doing is they are helping Black businesses overcome a lot of the systemic issues that we wind up seeing within the space. I, as a business owner, you know, I hear some other folks might be starting some businesses very, very soon. And it's been cool to see Shopify as this commerce site really pull together all of these resources to help all of us kind of figure it out and help us kind of get your feet underneath you when you're starting or continuing your business. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts about like where you're at in that conversation.
I think it's absolutely wonderful. You know, it's really important that Shopify as a commerce site is supporting Black business and not only making their tools accessible and approachable for Black business owners, but also really creating a community and a place for people to share resources, to come together, figure out best practices, and really uplift each other. And it's just beautiful that Operation Hope is able to get into this project as well. because we need more of this out here. This is how you move the needle. This is how you create change. So thank you, Shopify, for reaching out to the Spawnies and for supporting.
Yeah, and if you want more information, you can go to shopify.com/thespawnies. You'll be able to hear more about the 1 Million Black Businesses Initiative and hear more about the work that they're doing in our communities and with our communities. It's really cool to see them do this. And again, if you're in that space, this is a perfect way to get yourself started into those conversations and solidify what hopefully will be the business of the future for yourself. Hey everybody, you know, one of the coolest things about the Spawnies is that we are expanding in a lot of different ways, and our friends over at NZXT have decided that they want to be a part of the show as well. We have a very special giveaway that is happening during our show right now. If you go to nzxt.co/thespawnies24, you have the chance to win one of their Player 3 Prime machines, which is a fully decked out PC, state-of-the-art, high-end GPU, CPU, all of those goodies, their keyboard and mouse set, and one of their awesome monitors. So if you have been in the space looking to get your game on and you are looking to get into the PC space, now is your chance to win. So make sure you're going to nzxt.co/thespawnies24 and enter for your chance to win. Go check out the URL and make sure you get your votes in, and we will have the winners probably around the time of the post show. So make sure you're checking out the post show as well.
It is my pleasure here at the Spawnies to announce this year's winner for the Jamiroquai Award, or Best VR Game. Now, VR has gone from a very solo experience, tethered to a computer, to one where you can not only leave this plane of existence, but you could really do it from anywhere. Like we could, you know what I'm saying? Like you could take, Apple got the glasses now and all that. We got the Oculus, like it's really up for VR. And despite it not hitting its stride just yet, it is definitely well on its way. And it still provides moments that you really can't replicate anywhere else on any other medium. And these games pushed that medium in astounding ways. So here are our nominees for the best VR game of 2023, or what we like to call here at the Spawnies, our Jamiroquai Award.
Let's dance into VR excellence with the Jamiroquai Award. The events at Unity Farm. Gran Turismo. Synapse. Humanity.
And the winner for our Jamiroquai Award, Best VR Game, goes to Gran Turismo 7. I have to say, this is really cool for a bunch of different reasons. One, this is a commentary on the VR space in a much bigger way.
Okay.
Because this game is on PlayStation 5 and you can really only get this experience on a PSVR 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that there are a ton of quests out there, MetaQuest, HTC Vives out there in the world, this game being a console game, being on a headset that really is connected to only one kind of device, actually is really cool to see this game get some love in that way. Have you had a chance to play any VR stuff this year?
I haven't played much this year in VR.
Reasonable.
Don't want to get nauseous while you're pregnant, it turns out. But it's actually interesting how slim the margins were in this category. Like, the difference between the first place and second place was 4 votes. The difference between second and third was 3. Y'all, voting is important. And I think it's great that Gran Turismo was able to rise above. As you said, it's on a limited number of consoles. A very small audience can experience this. And some of the other games in this category, you can play a lot of places. So it just speaks to the quality and how much it really resonated with people. So congratulations.
And it's also like, just as a big nerd of VR headsets and VR technology, it is cool to drive in VR. It's a very, kind of normal use case for that kind of hardware, but it really does showcase the power of the PlayStation 5. It showcases the power of the PSVR 2, which I'm hoping gets more games and more titles to come to it. And it really does speak to Polyphony's just like continued excellence in terms of making one of the best sim racers on the planet. And one day I'll see the movie, because I heard that was actually pretty fun too. We'll see. I don't know. I got a racing chair now, so I mean, I'm definitely gonna be playing this in VR on a racing chair, so that'll be a lot of fun too. So, shout out to our friends over at Polyphony for making GT7 our Jamiroquai Award winner for this year, and for all the fans who are in there with your eyes burning because you have a headset on your face. So, shout out to you as well. All right, it's time for our next category. You ready?
Let's go.
Our next award welcomes a moment that celebrates our industry's commitment to inclusivity, respect for diversity, and embracing the real world we live in. A tribute to games that truly lead by example and pave the way for a future we all aspire to see. It's time to recognize the outstanding nominees for the Spawnies Best Showcase of Diversity Award, or what we like to call the Chicago Heritage Award.
To the trailblazers of inclusivity, the Chicago Heritage Award. Venba, Chia, Thirsty Suitors, Alan Wake 2.
And the winner of the Chicago Heritage Award is Venba! Yay! We have our second two-peak!
Thank you so much, everyone. We're really happy to win the Best Showcase of Diversity Award. Even within South Asian stories, we wanted Venba to have a very specific cultural and geographical identity. And by being this specific, I think we were able to broaden people's idea of how diverse Indian food and its people can really be. I want for even more specific games to come out, and not just from the diaspora, but from studios within South Asia itself. Thank you so much, Spawnies, for giving us this platform and recognizing our efforts.
Congratulations, Venba. This is absolutely incredible. I'm just really proud that this game, again, was able to shine through in such a busy year and really touches people. It's just such an amazing story, and the people who created this just shared so much of themselves, and it really came through. I'm just really happy to see this on.
It made me want more games like this from other cultures. It wants me to go to the store to get a whole bunch of food, to go get a bunch of
some food, some tissue.
But I love the fact that, in a category around diversity, these are the stories that we want to see kind of push forward, and we want to be able to have you all be seen at home in all the ways you possibly can. So Venba winning our Chicago Heritage Award makes me feel really good, and knowing that team really cares about making sure that story gets out there is even better. So shout out to the folks from Venba for winning their second award and their second Spawnie in the Spawnies 3. So shout out to them.
Shout out to them indeed.
Yep.
So while we celebrate this second win for Venba, let's get some music going, yeah?
Yeah. We got some more dopeness coming from Pat Jr.
And we are back. We got some more music for you. This first joint that I'm about to do is from my current project, my current mixtape, Grill Talk Mixtape Volume 1. And it's the self-titled track called Grill Talk. So, let's get into it. Let's go.
Gold teeth is like, motherfuckers gotta work hard to get it, and they gon' get they shine on. That's what it's all about, you damn. Growing up as little kids, we used to put Luna Furl in our mouth. We used to put candy wrappers in our mouth, try to look like the bigger people. My grandpa had gold teeth. He had them since he was little up to now. It's just a heritage. And some hood shit too, though.
And Arthur taught me your reputation, good as your word. That shit you poppin', the notary, defining your worth. I put an X upon my heart and kept doing the search. That treasure dug up all the diamonds and doubts in an urn. Papa's Rolling Stone added legacy to my crown. Value not bestowed, had to build on my own account. Grew up thinking virtue wasn't what I could offer now. Riches come in stitches, now I'm cut different all around. Tell myself, hustle the only language in translation. When I tell myself, greatness the only placement that's worth taking. So I tell myself, timeless is beyond the entertainment. So I tell myself, actions always louder when your soul reflects. So if you gon' talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Be about it. Is it really worth it? We gon' see about it. See about it. See about it. Seat in my mind.
Seat in my mind.
The appraisal is life.
Appraisal is life.
Don't seize the proceeds in the darkest of nights. How to time in, never time out. Put your pride down for a while now, cause you don't know what it sound like when your heart's go. It's a threat when you know you that. Talk with some respect, come correct, like a noted check. Cash me out of bet, cause the golden rules are stolen use, and I don't pay neglect. That goes in my chamber's chest, and it's yelling to my death. Keep your money as a pedestal. Family passed down wisdom, bet your ass there ain't no better Jews. Grandfather taught me don't be selfish and you'll never lose. You can hold your praises like your ego is a clever move. If he never measure cool, do it for the fame, do it for the pussy, do it cause you really fucking love this. Why there's no one looking? Do it cause it's trending, easy bank, and you like the cushion. Do it cause it rock bottom, passion kept you up when nothing else could. So if you gon' talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Be about it. Is it really worth it? You gon' see about it. See about it. See about it. So if you gon' talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Be about it. Is it really worth it? We gon' see about it. See about it. See about it.
This next one, man, we're gonna have a little fun. See if you can tap into the catch the gaming bar I got in this one. And yeah, let's get it.
A testament of heart from the upper vein. Every word make you feel away. Scarlet, yeah. A testament of height, it's an upper grade. Every word make you feel away. Scarlet, yeah.
Picture Ponce's pilot, pardon in my pen. I was framed again. They shift the blame cause I'm big capping with guys of brim. Stone and crescent, the rock bottom is a blessing. And body heat for the cooking, smell both the wings of my essence. But it's a different world when I flip the shades. Let the light in for the liking or disliking, like saving a running forest through the wetlands. The swamp thing, I'm lawfully. See me gripping the trident when I'm making waves.
It's godly.
Steady pick apart every target. A sharper speed with no charges. An operation removing the tumor without the goggles. Precision gotta be sharpened. After barbers and powder, I don't need the mirror. No, it's clean. Writing on the wall since I'm the fairest. The circle got limited seating. Cycle make we the chairman. The McLaren is great. Scott the input to McLaren with dates. We go back to the future. We see error mistakes. It's godly. Human made like baby ballin'. Not out with appearance, but the innate calling. Catch you rushing the process of rebuilding the way I'm stalling. The balance is iffy. You're hardly reaching. I'm always calling again. Like all the falling the sin. I leave the earth with the prescience. My prescience is press in. I'm saying if you give it the prescience, step is and trap in. Whipping the game is check in. No matter the season the dress is. To usher a hope of confessions. Yeah. It's a plot why secret better like feather pins. The hieroglyphics give higher stitches and cougarous featherweights off a sedative. All my words to death note. Expose this and see the light before the L appearance. You know a killer when you near him. Plot pretty mellow like a fellow shooting Fiji from a 15 distance. It's a 16 witness. I'm consistent. My signature move is repetition. Repetitions and positions up the one that stars getting on. Honest every harvest. I'm Steve Harvey in the gun of two. Service says ain't no competition when I have this view. Caliber accountable. Leverage like the counters do. Fighters coming lately, I've been focused on the latter two. Juke in every new sense, I'm a cool toe with a new spin. Blue tint like a mutant, he a beast mode, it's a new lynch. Not dumb, pick a loose end, alternate count to rook in. Proof is execution, I'm a hitman when I'm proofing. Ain't nothing you can fool with. Yeah. And all my homies, help me cool down. Big shot in the building. Quick draw, dude. Can't stop this feeling. Good God now.
Again, my name is Pat Jr. Thank you for rocking with me and the Goldfang Society. We're actually producing this whole thing. We're behind the boards, behind the cameras. Shout out to my boy JP on the keys. Brian, we love you, man. Follow me on socials. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. Come chop it up with me. The latest project is Grill Talk Mixtape Volume 1. Go check that out. And we have the Goldfang Society Discord. We get down on Discord. You'll get to hear music early from me see what I'm working on, meet the collective and the incredible artists that are a part of that as well. Come join it, come chop it up with us there. Lastly, once again, I just want to thank Kahlief Adams and the team at Spawn on Me for allowing us to, inviting us rather, to perform tonight. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And also, I want to say a huge shout out to all the winners tonight. I cannot wait to see who wins the Cheddar Bay this year for Game of the Year. Back to Kahlief and Ree.
Yo, okay, so that is an earworm. 24, go, 24, go. I'm gonna be singing that the whole way home.
Oh man, like again, you know, one of the things that I'd hoped for when we got Pat into the show was that energy. We talked a lot about what's the vibe of the show going to wind up being, and then hearing, you know, during the performances of, you know, how much he's a gamer and how much he's playing this. Well, I see you on Halo all the time. You can invite me into the room. It's okay, but getting a chance to get to know him and his team and how much they love what they're doing. And I think in a space now where the vibes are so important to not only combine the visuals, but combine that with the aesthetic, combine that with the message that he's been sharing across all of the work he's been doing. It was a perfect collab to be able to do this. So it was a lot of fun to have Pat in the show this year.
Absolutely. And again, shout out to you, sir, for really creating a space for people to uplift each other, which is what we love so much about what we do here at the Spawnies. So as you said, Ka, a perfect marriage. And we are so happy you could be part of the show.
No doubt. So we got more coming up.
Yeah. While award shows tend to look backward at games and experiences we've all enjoyed as gamers, it's also a really great time to get excited about the future. The games in this category are some of the ones that we'll all be talking about in upcoming months and playing soon enough. Here are the most anticipated games of 2024, or what we would like to call the Crystal Biscuit Award.
Excitement awaits. The Crystal Biscuit Award. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hellblade 2. Dragon's Dogma 2. Like a Dragon 8.
And the winner of our Crystal Biscuit, our most anticipated game award, goes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh boy. I mean, I feel like all the Final Fantasy fans are losing their minds right now, getting ready for this game to drop and get ready for the rest of the world. Did you play the first part of the Final Fantasy kind of reintroduction?
I did.
To the world, yeah?
I did. So Final Fantasy VII Remake was my first Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a little baby when it comes to some IPs. But I really enjoyed my time with it. And so I can understand the excitement. It's revisiting a beloved story and putting a new spin on it. It's, from what I understand, an alternate universe canon. So like it still connects to the original, which people are obviously incredibly nostalgic for. So I think this is obviously very much anticipated. And I'm glad that the community is excited for this game to come out, because I know this year had a lot going on, and it's exciting to look forward to something that you think you're going to enjoy.
I mean, I'm just excited for more Ben Starr everywhere.
Oh yeah,
everywhere that we get a chance to go, seeing Ben.
I still haven't met him. I'm excited for that day.
Love you, Ben. But it's also great because, like you said, it wasn't my first Final Fantasy VII game, but it was the best version for a person who had kind of lapsed out of that conversation. And as a person who I will profess I am a Final Fantasy hater in some ways. Shout out to Shinra. Anyway, somebody's going to come get me after I said that. Anyway, I don't mean it. They're nice terrorists. But the other people in that space. But seeing that this game is going to come to the market, it actually really does make me excited to go back into the world, because I want to see how they remix it. And I want to see how they kind of add to that part. And I want to hear the stories of the folks who are like really deep into the lore, really talk about how excited about the next layers that they're kind of dropping into it. Because I feel when you do a game like this, you always have a remix of a remix in there. You always have twist on a thing that people really kind of come to know and love and are like don't you change this one part? And then when they flip it, everybody loses their mind. So it's kind of cool to be able to see that. So excited for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to come to all of you very, very soon. Hopefully. I hope.
Hopefully.
Maybe. All right, cool. We're going to get out of here for this one, but we're ready for our next award.
Let's talk 2023. One of the best years in gaming that we've ever seen. Whether you were trying to Baldur's Gates or party like an animal, finally, sling some web, or is everybody still playing Smash? Oh, with a bear or two, right. It's kind of unfair that we have to boil all these games down to just 4. Well, we're gonna try. Here are our nominees for Best Game of 2023. Or, as we like to call it, the Cheddar Bay Biscuit Award.
Ready to form Voltron. Activate interlock. Dynatherm connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go.
Ooh, and it's still hot. The Cheddar Bay Biscuit Award. Alan Wake 2. Baldur's Gate 3. Starfield. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
And the winner of the Cheddar Bay Biscuit Game of the Year is Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, so I am really excited for this winner because obviously this game means a lot to a lot of people. But Ka, what are your thoughts on this one winning Game of the Year? Because it is, as we've said many, many times, a stacked year.
I gotta say, like, games like this come out of everywhere at one point, and that makes no sense. But what I mean is, this game took everything by storm. Like, I think from every level of conversation, this took the conversation above and beyond what RPGs can be, what having sex with bears can be, to, you know, like all of the layers of what this game meant not only for the genre, but for the culture, right? I think it was really amazing to kind of come to this game as a person who doesn't play a lot of D&D kind of games, to be able to be like, oh, I finally get it. And I finally understand why people love these games so much. So I had a blast with it. I'm still playing through it. I'm still learning, you know, which character classes I need to play and what is my group going to do in the game. But man, Larian put their foot in it in a real big way.
And figured out multiplayer, which is a beast. So kudos for sure.
Shout out to them. I'm very excited for what the next version of this game is going to wind up being at some point down the line.
I mean, how do they top that?
But now they make, I am a fan. I'm a fan. It was not on my radar, and seeing how many folks loved it and are into it, like made me a believer. So shout out to the folks over at Larian for Baldur's Gate 3 winning our Game of the Year Cheddar Bay Biscuit Award. Shout out to them. Well, thank everybody for the Spawnies. We are done with this year's show, but it has been a fantastic, awesome display of video game loveliness. How you gonna wrap me up on my own show? You can't wrap me up. I don't get wrapped up.
I don't know how to cook.
Wow.
This is black on black crime.
You know,
this is what it looks like in real time. This is what it means to have that guy in your life when you're trying to do something fun and important. But
I mean, I'm sorry, I know this is your show and all, but he kind of ate that.
I don't appreciate that. I don't like it. You gonna wrap me up on my own show? I don't appreciate this, but
the cock can't cook.
That just hurt my feelings and my soul. But we're ending this year's show on an amazing high note. I think we had a really great time with all of you at home. Ree, you continue to be amazing and so excited that we got a chance to do this. And we have to say, before we get up out of here, please, please, please give massive love to all of our sponsors. Elgato, Tech Picasso, Double Fine, Annapurna Interactive, and Shopify for making our show possible this year. You have no idea how wild it was getting the show together this year, and they came through in the biggest and most important and beautiful ways. Make sure that you're checking out the post show. We have a couple of goodies there as well. Make sure you're also sticking around for our NZXT giveaway. Make sure you're in the chat right now, voting and registering for that. because there's a great giveaway, a whole set of gear, PC, monitor, keyboards, all that goodness to our friends from NZXT. And again, we get a chance to do this, hopefully again next year. So any last thoughts?
Yeah, hopefully next year we can come back. We love doing the Spawnies, and like we're so grateful to the Spare Bedroom Studios here with Kind of Funny for holding it down. We're also really happy that we had so many amazing presenters and wonderful Grammy-nominated music artists for our music breaks, because that song is still stuck in my head a little bit, that 24 goals, 24 code.
So good.
And it's just wonderful to see this community of Spawn on Me fans coming together to champion their favorite games in a year where we really need to look for the light. So appreciate everybody out there, and stick around for the post show.
We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you liked the show. Hope I don't fall off the chair. hope that you'll come back for next year. Again, shout out to our friends over at Twitch for helping us broadcast this. Shout out to our lovely friends over at IGN for helping this be even bigger than we ever could have imagined. Massive love again to our friends over at Kind of Funny. All of our sponsors, NZXT, Pat Jr. coming through and rocking the house, making it super fantastic. And again, this is the culture. This is for the culture. We hope that you embrace this and share it as far and wide as possible. I've been your host, Kahlief Adams, and this has been Riana Manuel-Peña. We will all see you very, very soon, probably in another 12 months.
About.
With more dopeness coming to you from Spawn on Me and the Spawnies. Until then, we say good night, be safe, wash your hands, wash your butt, and we all see you very, very soon. Peace.
Thank you so much for watching, and massive thanks to all of our amazing sponsors. But wait, we're not done yet. Please stick around for our Spawnies post show.